organization very recently. Turkey has a very unique position as a neighbor, both to the west and east. With Asia, we have cultural, historical, and humanitarian ties of thousands of years. With our Asia Anew initiative, we declared in 2009 with Asia, which is our land of history, is what we are trying to further tighten our relations. And SEO is, in our opinion, the current representative of our ancient relations. That's why we attach importance to further improve our relations with the organization. The dialogue partnership status we have had for the past decade, this has been a window for us that opens to Asia. And the Energy Club's term presidency was what we took over, and the third high-level group meeting took place in Ankara. And a member state organized such a task, and it was the first of its kind for the organization. The responsibility we have has also shown how our relations with the organizations improved. With our common work, I believe we will be bringing our level of cooperation to higher ranks. Esteemed counterparts, with the needs, we live in an era where the problems also become common. Climate change, pandemics, energy and food security, supply safety, terrorism, xenophobia, racism, illegal migration, irregular migration, and interruptions in supply chain are many of the matters of the tests we endure. And global cooperation that can be built and an understanding of understanding can only help us overcome these problems. In such eras, when we need to be united, unfortunately, some countries chose to rise walls and go more introverted. The higher the walls rise, the conscience of some become blind, and the oppressed are not heard. The most painful of that was experienced in the face of the coronavirus pandemic. In this global pandemic period, unfortunately, international organizations and developed countries could not perform well in the test. And even some countries have come to the verge of conflict in terms of medical material supply. However, as Turkey in fight against coronavirus, we have provided assistance to 161 countries and 12 international organizations. The locally developed national domestic vaccine, Turcovac, was put to the service of all those in need. About 3.7 million Syrians under temporary protection, and totally around 4 million displaced people are hosted in our country. With more than $8 billion worth of humanitarian aid, we rank the first in the world in terms of our proportion to the national income. Almost 1% of our GDP is allocated for humanitarian assistance, and we feel the pride of being the most generous country of the world. By saying the world is bigger than five, we believe that the world order established after the Second World War has lost its ability to solve problems. While we reiterate the need for reform for the global system, on the other hand, we believe that a very comprehensive, inclusive, effective system is to be built, and we're working for that. While doing that beyond our region and in our region, to ensure that peace, welfare, and stability prevail, we exert all sorts of efforts. Our aim is to make sure that the humans and human orientation is taken to the core of our understanding, entrepreneurial, and diplomacy spirit, and have everyone represented. And in this regard, we are exerting much effort to ensure that the conflict in Ukraine comes to an end with diplomacy initiatives. In terms of the shipping of the Ukrainian grain from over the Black Sea with the UN and all the relevant parties, we are continuing with a very productive cooperation. The grain, in terms of its delivery to the ones in need the most, we are doing all the best we can. Terrorism, unfortunately, knows no boundaries and negatively impacts all countries. Turkey is a country that has lost tens of thousands of citizens to terror and knows the bloody and dirty face of terrorism. In our fight against separatist terror activities for more than 40 years, even though we are left alone, mostly PKK, YPG, PYD, Daesh, and FETÖ, like terror organizations and all manifestations of terror, are what we are determinedly fighting against. When it comes to the matters that concern us all, we are ready to further improve, strengthen our cooperation with SCO. And security safety also comes with ensuring that there is also a stability ensured. And as a country, we support the efforts to ensure food security. Continuously, the link between the East and West is to be further strengthened, and it has been understood much better in our day. The initiative we have on the Caucasia and in China lines will be playing a great role in terms of building peace and ensuring stability over this belt. With the giant transportation and investments Turkey has made over the past decades, we have succeeded much. Our position as a bridge in between the West and the East offers us unprecedented opportunities. And with this understanding, from security to economy, from energy to transportation, and energy and agriculture and all fields, we're ready for cooperation. And we will continue contributing to the political and economic processes of the SOAE. For the economic and humanitarian developments of the member states, all the way to further improvement of fundamental rights and liberties, we will continue closely following and with our cooperation. With these thoughts in mind, as I conclude, I would like to greet each and every one of you with love and respect. Starting with Uzbekistan, the host country, would like to thank to everyone who helped for the organization of this summit, and I hope that the meeting will be auspicious for our region and for all of our countries. Thank you very much.
Большое спасибо, господин президент, за содержательное выступление и высказанные предложения. У нас широкая возможность для конструктивного сотрудничества в целях обеспечения, как вы уже сейчас сказали, региональной безопасности и стабильности. Слово предоставляется президенту Азербайджанской республики Ильхаму Гейдаровичу Алиеву. Пожалуйста, Ильхам Гейдарович.
Уважаемый Шавкат Мирамонович, уважаемые главы государств и правительств, дамы и господа. В первую очередь хотел бы выразить признательность президенту Республики Узбекистан Шавкату Мирамоновичу Мирзиёеву за приглашение на саммит ШОС. Несколько месяцев назад у меня состоялся очень успешный государственный